Here's a little time for me to get open and vulnerable with you all. It's my first foray into writing a script for a play. Hey there, welcome to Pen to Paper. I'm Leah Lindeman, author of the Canadian Reminiscence series. And today is not necessarily going to be a teaching day nor a discussion. This is me just opening myself up and sharing with you all what I've been doing and kind of how things are going to move from here on out. Not that I'm not going to be doing teaching times. I'm still going to be doing teaching episodes. I've lost the spark a little bit, even though I love this platform and I want to be on it more often. There might be a little lack of future videos because, as you can see, I'm in a new spot. I am in what is going to be my sitting room. Right now, my studio is in this building 50 feet away from the house, and that's where I usually do my videos. However, all my stuff is going to have to come out of there because the flooring really needs to be redone. And then after the flooring is done, my husband is moving his, not studio, but desk office into that spot. And all my studio stuff is coming into the house. And yeah, so there's going to be a lot of changes over the next couple weeks. So hopefully it will be done in a quick amount of time that I can get back to a regular rhythm of doing these videos. And I could have done it in my studio tonight. I just didn't want to be in a cold building because I did not turn the heat on beforehand. So I'm in my warm house that I'm heating by wood. Okay, a lot of information you didn't need to know. But as I said, this is personal time. So what have I been up to? I have, October, released the paperback version of Scathed Bones, which is the sequel to Wisps of Gold. Now, Scathed Bones originally came out as an ebook in 2020. However, my marketing idea at the time, I just decided, you know what, I'm going to fall through and put out the paperbacks for the sequels that I had written that were only available as ebooks before. And I thought October is the perfect time to release Scathed Bones. And I had already put out the trailer a couple of weeks ago for you all to see. I'll put that in the card above here in case you missed it. But Scathed Bones is basically the story, an origin story for the legendary Canadian serial killer Agnes McVie, who killed more than 50 miners for their gold and then took their gold and stashed the gold all over the Caribou territory in British Columbia, Canada. And it's about an engaged couple who are amateur detectives who help the Mountie that is looking into this case find the serial killer and hopefully bring justice to the land. It's a mixed mash of Canadian Western, serial killer, mystery, thriller. I wouldn't go into horror, but I would say it's definitely on the edge of your seat thriller. So if you're interested in that, you can check out the links down below and you can get it there. But what have I been doing after that? Well, I have been kind of readapting my first book, Redeemed from the Ashes. It's already out on paperback, as you can see. It's already an ebook. I've been adapting it for the screen. Okay, well, not the big screen, not yet, although that is the plan, but the mini screen, YouTube. Some author friends of mine have said yes to putting it on. I don't want to quite say it yet because I want to make sure that they've taken a chance to look at the script, A-okay to everything. But I will share with you today how it's gone. What was it like to take a book and change it into a script for a play? Now, I did have the max wording of 6,500 words, and I partitioned it into 2 acts. And I thought I'd share kind of a little bit of my journey with you and some things that I learned. For first of all, one thing I learned is that you cannot be too attached to your material, to the exact way it was written in your book, for it to work as a play script. And I know you're going to think, oh, well, that's such a cop-out. That's why movies are never better than the books or just as good as the books, because they're always changing something. Yes and no. I had to change enough because I only had 6,500 words to work with. So I had to bring enough of the story in and enough of the characters in, but some characters I had to leave out in the beginning because they come out in the end and you don't have enough time within the 6,500 words to see them again. So they just weren't very necessary for 6,500 two-act word play. So I had to let them go. What else? I had to move timeline around a little bit for it to work with the 6,500 word play. It had to be condensed. I had to move the timeline. I had to let go of some characters. Did this hurt? Yes, it did a little bit, but it was all necessary. I tried to do this from a very objective, or as objective as I could get, viewpoint, because more than anything, I wasn't worrying about how am I going to mess with the material. I was thinking more about how can I make it most impactful for the people who are going to see it on this screen for 15-20 minutes, and how can I make it so impactful and so condensed and tight that they love the story and they're going to want to go to the book to find out what the rest of the story is. And then you can say, well, isn't it going to just backfire on you when they read the book and then they see how different it is? Well, I didn't make it so different that the material is completely different or that the essence of the material has changed. It hasn't changed. Obviously, the great easy thing about writing this book into a play script was the dialogue was all written for me. I had already written it. There were some pieces of dialogue, again, by secondary characters that I couldn't introduce that obviously are not there. And again, timeline shifts, but the essence of what these characters are feeling and going through and saying to each other are there. So there's no need to worry, or I'm not worried about people perhaps seeing this on the screen and then are intrigued, go to read the book, and then they're disappointed. They're not going to be disappointed. Instead, they're going to see how fuller and richer it is to read as a long format and novel. So that's what I've been going through with that. I'm trying to think if I have any other notes to share how that went. Oh, so obviously I've never gone to school to learn how to write a script for a play, and I was thinking, well, what kind of software I'm going to use. I came across Studio Binder a long time ago. This was back when there was a possibility of this turning into a TV show, which I'm still going in that direction, just more baby steps this time. But I think this would be an amazing mini-series on CBC, which is the Canadian Broadcasting Company. I digress. So I looked into Studio Binder and I opened up a file for Redeemed from the Ashes, and it was more like a quick 30-45 second TV bite. So I just decided to stick with it, and I wrote the whole script or play on there. And then I just copied and pasted it all to my pages and kind of just finished the formatting there. But what's great about Studio Binder is that it kind of shows you the indentations for characters and settings and what does dialogue look like under the character names and general settings and interior and exterior. So if you are looking for a good free option to play around with writing your material as a screen, as a script for the screen, or a script as a theater play stage, then definitely check out Studio Binder, but you can also look it up other softwares and find other ones that may be better for you. I think that's all I wanted to share with this. It's been a fun journey to try a different type of writing. And you know what? I feel good. It's been a good year. I released Unborn Melody, which was my third standalone novel in the Canadian Reminiscence series. Then I released the audiobook to Redeemed from the Ashes. Then I released its sequel titled Goes to My Heart on paperback when it was only out on ebook originally. Then I released Scathed Bones as a paperback. Then I wrote this as a script for a play, and I've been on book tour all year, going out almost every second weekend to a bookstore or a market and just meeting so many great readers. It's been a great year, and there's still a little bit more to come, but I'm just looking forward to kind of winding down. I think I could use the rest, and now there's really no other little things to dabble in and release. Actually, the audiobook for Ghosts of My Heart will be released in February. I wanted to release it before the paperback of Scathed Bones, but I wanted the projects to breathe a little bit. But everything's done, and now I'm going to get back to my current whip, which is His Girl, the sequel to Unborn Melody. I would really love to release that next summer or next fall, depending on how life goes, but I think it's a very doable, what am I trying to say, goal, since it's a novella. It's like, under 40,000 words, so I think that's doable. Tell me, what is something that you are proud of yourself for doing? What have you accomplished this year so far? I know we usually look at these things at like New Year's Eve. Hey, it's never too early or too late to look back on the year and see something that you've accomplished and really take it in that you've accomplished that thing. And I know I've accomplished a lot this year, and I'm really glad for the journey it's taken me on. So please share with me something that you are proud of yourself for accomplishing this year. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe, hit the bell, and I'm going to see you, I hope, next week. I hope that the changes in shifting of where I'm going to be is all settled, and I can be with you again with the teaching.